Hello, welcome to the Covenant channel. My name is Shane. It is the 29th of October 2025 as I'm recording this. I am connecting to the energy of Mercury, which is currently in Libra in the 4th house. If you go by True Sky Astrology, links in the description if you're curious about that. Okay, so yeah. Communication about relationships, legal matters, partnerships of all kinds, and then related to the home or the body. The 4th house, stability, security, roots, things like that, foundations. So, yeah, that being said, I will keep that in mind as I'm doing the interpretations, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so yeah, there's some lots of duality in this one. One of the first things I saw here was this kind of like loose Gemini symbol, or the Roman numeral 2. Numeral 2. So yeah, Mercury energy with Gemini for sure. And then I was seeing 3s and 4s. This one's like a closed 4 versus like an open 4 like this one. Kind of just everywhere, and then like these 3s. Yeah. Even here there's like kind of like a backwards 3 or an E, or I think it's sigma, when it's like kind of like a very angular E. Or is that epsilon? It might be epsilon, but 4E is standing out to me right now. I actually didn't write that one down. Or 43. Also, I'm seeing a Q here in the middle. Yeah, so, and then all of these like swirly strands that are like interlocking, these like ideas of opposites, also made me think DNA. So that goes back to foundations, roots, ancestry, stuff like that. I'm seeing 74 up here, which reduces to an 11 and a 2, which is this idea of duality. Balance again goes really well with Libra. So there's some kind of like a balancing act within the home or within the body, and changes at a very like molecular level seem to be occurring. And the thing I see in the middle here is this kind of like womanly figure. There's like a head right here. It's kind of the Q, but there's an eye, maybe an earring here, and then this curvy body, and her arms kind of like swaying around. And she looks kind of like she's struggling, but like dancing and like swirling around. So I wrote struggle dance. Was also seeing some numbers up here, 2, 7, 2, 7, 3, 4, or even a Z, 7, 3, 4. Let's see, 9. This reduces to a 7 here. And then this would be Z7 if you were, well, actually, Z14 or Z5 if you were to reduce to 7, 3, 4. So that could be significant. Nothing's really coming to mind to me for these numbers or these letters. But I wrote balance of creation and stability, because the 3 and the 4, it's like, it's a 7 if you combine them, but if you break them down, leave them as a 3 and a 4. 3 is the energy of creation, and 4 is the energy of stability, and there's this dance happening between these two energies here. And that is confirmed for me, because it's like, this is like being in an in-between state, and it feels very chaotic and like hard to maintain. It's like, it's a struggle dance. It's like you're doing the dance, but it's not easy, right? And we had the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom for the tarot from the pre-shuffle. And for the archetype, it was the prayer in this kind of like upside down position, so the hand is like reaching down from above. So it seems like there is help coming in, and maybe some fortunate changes to hopefully relieve some of this tension here. And also underneath the prayer, I'm seeing the sword here, kind of in this thing. And this is very much about duality. You can see this side is dark, this side is more light. You have a sun or a yoke over here, and then a moon. So there's this idea of kind of being caught in the middle again. All right. We'll get into the cards later, but let me go over all these. Make sure you guys can see this. I'm kind of working with a different setup here. Okay. So over here, first thing that stood out to me was this face here. And it's kind of like got a shield over it. So I wrote shielded face to the future. It's looking to the east. The east is the future, right? It's where the sun rises. So they're looking like not really excited, but just kind of like prepared. It's almost like a soldier vibe to me. So just like protected and facing to the future is what I'm getting from this. I was seeing FM here, so FM radio. Radio could be significant. This is communication, and also makes me think female, male. So once again, this idea of duality, and kind of like this being right underneath this future protected face into the future. It's like you're carrying this balance with you into the future. It's also seeing FMX here, or FML. FMX makes me think of like a cross, or like a combination of female and male aspects. So once again, that idea of balance. FML makes me think, F my life. So this kind of like, okay, here we go, we have to do this, let's just get it over with kind of vibe as you march forward. So it could be that this is the current state. You're kind of feeling like, okay, I'm in a less than ideal situation, but I know I'm protected and I'm going into the future no matter what, so let's just get through it, kind of as the energy I'm picking up. Down here, I was actually seeing like Zero from A Nightmare Before Christmas, the ghost dog that belongs to Jack, I believe. Yeah, so that was kind of fun. And he's down here at the bottom. This gives me the idea of like support from maybe loved animals, pets, or just connections to, these like innocent energies that you may have had in the past, supporting you, being down here at the foundation, right? As you move on into the future. He's also facing east as well. And then I was seeing these like overlord figures, kind of with these like humpbacks. There's one right here, and then there's another one right there. And they're standing side by side. Once again, this idea of duality or twin symbolism. And they're kind of like behind you, or I'm picking up on this energy as representing the viewer. Put it where it goes for you, but this is how I'm feeling it. And then there's these kind of like two shadowy overlord figures like lurking behind. I'm not really feeling like they feel neutral to me. Like I can't tell if they are supportive or like what their intentions are, but they're there. They're just there watching from behind. So that could be the point, is there's like maybe this shadowy figures kind of in the background while all of this is going on, that either you're not aware of them or you are aware of them but you're not sure what their intentions are, something like that. Yeah, that's all I have for that side. Let's see. Over here, this was interesting. There was two major figures here. There's the busy ant over on this side, and its arms are kind of like caught in this vortex in the middle, but it looks very like it's facing east, so it is like marching forward, right? Or at least trying to, but it's like caught in this vortex. And on this side, I was seeing an angry caterpillar, kind of this like curvy caterpillar body, and it's got this like, kind of like struggle but also like perturbed face, and they're facing each other, and in between them there's this vortex. So I wrote vortex between, and it's like, I don't know, to me it feels like this is the energies you're kind of like bouncing in between again. Once again, it's this idea of like a struggle dance of like being this industrious ant figure, like trying to march forward into the future, but also being this like hungry caterpillar who's like, looking to the past and kind of like taking in all of the wisdom, or all of the things from the past, and kind of like trying to integrate them and, you know, transform, right? Because that's what caterpillars do. They eat a lot and then they go into their chrysalis and then they transform. So yeah, it's weird because it's like ants are very like communal and they work together and they're very industrious and they're very strong and always marching, whereas caterpillars are like a much slower energy and they consume a lot, and eventually they slow down so much that they literally freeze in place and cocoon themselves in order to like transform. Yeah, so there's kind of this struggle between these two modes, it seems like. Maybe this could be something that's happening, like with this vortex, it's like all happening at once. Like you're marching forward into the future while also slowing down and integrating past experiences in order to transform yourself. Once again, this idea of like balance and the balance being chaotic, but yet you're still pulling it off, which is impressive. And then finally on this side, I was seeing, let's see, I saw DA, which kind of goes with this Libran idea of like legal matters, right? District attorney is what it made me think. And also da, like I'm pretty sure in German that means yes. So it kind of makes me think favorable outcome, maybe related to a legal matter. Up here, I was seeing this like messenger bag, and it's going into the future on the east side over here. At the top, I see this sleeping giant, very peaceful, just at rest. And it made me think of Snorlax, the Pokemon. If you don't know, look it up. The top of Snorlax's head looks pretty much like this. There's also an M here, I just realized. AM, huh, AM, yeah. So once again, radio communication coming through. And AM is more of it's an older technology as far as I am aware compared to FM. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And it's at the top here in the northern part of the drawing from this perspective. So this idea of like, I don't know, older signals helping to bring you higher. So it might be worth checking out things from the past. And down here, there's that same shielded face, but it's in the opposite direction, right? But it's still a face, and it's still shielded, but this time it's looking at the past. And so I wrote shielded face to the past. And it's kind of like down lower in this perspective, so it gives me this idea of like carefully looking into the past in order to bolster your foundations, while also allowing the signals from the past to bring you into a more peaceful state. Yeah. And just in general, there's a lot of like sleeping faces. Like here's another face that's got its eyes closed and its mouth just looking kind of peaceful, just kind of floating. There's one right here, kind of smiling. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of faces that are just like at peace, at rest, facing the future here. And then finally, looking at this whole figure right here where I saw this messenger bag, I wrote crazed future face because it kind of looks like these eyes with like this crazy, like wicked smile. Like, not necessarily meaning that it's evil, but it's just kind of got this like very manic, like crazy smile as it moves into the future. Yeah, so once again, you have this dichotomy of like this like manic energy here, and then this like completely peaceful energy here, and they're right next to each other. So yeah, I don't know. Duality. I was seeing AJ. There's an A and a J. So AJ could be a name. First thing that's coming to my mind when I read this is auto or adjustment. I heard auto adjustment, so it's like something is automatically being adjusted in this like restful state is what I'm picking up on. But yeah, just an adjustment in general. Yeah. Oh, and also TWA, which was right here, TWA. And I'm immediately thinking to win awards. You could possibly be winning an award for something, maybe, or you're hoping to, or maybe you're in a competition of some sort. I don't know. I certainly am not, but you know, take it if it fits for you. And then yeah, so here we are back to the beginning. So let us pull some additional cards here to see what's going on. So, oh, one thing I forgot to talk about on this first part, I wrote RoboCop or Auto Alert System, and I was seeing that up here, this like visor with this antenna, and this like, I don't know, it made me think of a robot when I first saw it. That was the vibe I was getting, and then whenever I wrote RoboCop, I felt Auto Alert System, so it's almost like something is aware of this, all of this going on, and it's looking to the past, right, to the west. Yeah, it's like your antenna is just automatically locked down onto something that may be causing this feeling of being in a struggle dance, and it's trying to bring more harmonious energy to it, so it's less of a struggle and more of just a dance potentially. Yeah, so let's get some more about that. What is this like auto alert RoboCop energy? Look at that. Two of Swords on the split, stuck in the middle. Yeah, definitely Libra energy there. Alright, let's see here. Oh my gosh, Page of Wands. I swear, this card, like every reading, like, yeah. I mean, you can go back the past like 5 days. This Page of Wands has popped out every single time. Okay, so this has something to do with this auto alert RoboCop energy. Something related to the past. Somebody could be caught in between how things were in the past. I'm seeing this 4 on the west side, and the 3 is kind of like further more to the east side over here. And it's like, oh, we'll take that one. There's the Two of Swords. Wanted to come back out. Yeah, it's like they're stuck in the middle because they're trying really hard to keep things exactly how they were. But there's this like new creative energy that's wanting to come in, Page of Wands. Yeah, that's okay. So that's what the auto alert system is about. It's like your body just knows that. Oh my god, that's so many. Okay. You know what? We'll run through these. Okay, so Hanged Man on the bottom there. I'm sure you guys can see, kind of. I think you can kind of see. Yeah, there's the Hanged Man, but I'll just leave it right there. And I had this whole stack of cards come out. Look at that. There's the Justice card. Yeah. So this idea of balance, we got the Three of Pentacles, some kind of collaborative efforts, Nine of Wands. This has been a long journey for someone. Three of Wands, but it's been expansive, and Three of Swords, full of sorrow. It's been a difficult process. Somebody is trying to expand their passions, their creative abilities. It's been a lot of a struggle, and I'm getting this Three of Pentacles, which is typically a card of collaboration with others, but I'm getting this as like more of a collaboration between three different aspects of self, like body, mind, spirit. And this is all about bringing those into this harmonious pattern with each other. So, you've got the scales, which represent balance in itself, but this is one tool, and then the sword is another tool for cutting things away. And then you have the person keeping these aligned with each other, right? So it's like the ability to know what is right, the ability to cut away what is not, and the ability to know the difference is what, I'm kind of getting from this Three of Pentacles with the Justice here. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely this energy of like, the old versus the new. And just having to take the time out to really understand, what do I need to cut out here in order to make room for what the future is trying to be. Okay. Now with the DNA strands sticking out to me here, it makes me think this is, and with the fourth house, and with Libra partnerships, this is about not only things within your body, but like family structures. And every time I've seen this card, I'm thinking like child. Either like literally someone is pregnant with a new child, or a young child is involved in whatever all of this is. This could also be your inner child if you don't have, young children present in your life, or potentially someone who might be pregnant around you. So this could be related. This could be completely internal. Take it as it fits for you. But often the internal reflects the external, so it could be both. Let's see. Yeah, I think we've fairly covered that side there. Let me check over here. Yeah, the shielded face is like bracing for impact for the future. It's almost like whatever this thing that's coming in is, it's like that it's not going to be easy to embrace it, but you're having to anyway. I'm kind of curious about what is this FM radio signal about? Because we had FM and AM, so radio waves seem to be particularly highlighted in this message here. What are these FM AM signals about, please? Alright, I'm just gonna pull some here. So we've got Three of Cups, revelry, celebration, coming together, Six of Pentacles, sharing. Okay. And Hierophant, joined together. And then Two of Swords on the bottom again. Okay, so it seems like good news. I mean, this is like happy energy coming together, right? Three of Cups, typically joyful occasions. Six of Pentacles, sharing This is like sharing of resources. And then the Hierophant is highlighting this joined together energy again. And this is also like a revealing of information in a lot of cases. And with the Six of Pentacles, I would definitely say that is truth. But it's something valuable. Like Pentacles are like, you know, value, whether that be like actual money or just knowledge that is valuable. Something that is complete, solid. So yeah, yeah. Whatever these radio signals are, it seems to be a very positive thing. But it's also going to require some kind of decision with the Two of Swords showing up again, and then yeah, Justice underneath that. Yeah. Yep. But it looks like it's going to lead to some kind of collaboration. You may need to be careful with your energy around whatever this is about. Oh, Seven of Wands. But there is victory in it. Yeah, and then Temperance finally on the bottom there. Okay, keep going here, but yeah, there's some kind of like bringing your environment into harmony as you work through this, embracing this future energy. So yeah, definitely if you are listening to the radio or someone around you is listening to the radio, pay attention to what they're talking about, the music they're playing, the lyrics, just anything. Yeah, the messages on the radio could be very important around this time. Oh yeah, this side's very interesting. The busy ant and the angry caterpillar and the vortex in between. Yeah, I mean, I think I get it, but let's just get a little bit of clarity on this like ant caterpillar dynamic here. What is going on here? You know what? I'm actually feeling that I should use the archetypes for this one. What is this vortex between the busy ant and the angry caterpillar? Ooh, okay. Got the dead end kind of coming up out of there. Landed almost upside down. Every time this card comes out and it's like sort of upside down, it makes me think of a jellyfish in the middle here. A jellyfish in the middle of like this chaos. Ooh. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we have agape on the bottom, the poet, and the vision. All right. So something has definitely gone as far as it can. It's like you floated into this like nest that is just so entangled that there's like no way to move forward in this direction here. And it seems like you have this vision that you've been holding and you're kind of like slowly releasing it. Almost like these like, it's reminding me of the story of Noah's Ark, where he sends the, I believe it's a dove, off of the ark in order to go find if there's any dry land, because the earth had just been flooded entirely. So he sends this bird to go look for like twigs or any sign of like dry land. And that's what these birds are reminding me of. It's like you're using your internal energy in order to look for alternative pathways. And this is tied to the vision you're seeing for the future, right? And this being on the east side over here. So yeah. Interesting. And agape is a card of like awe. being in awe of something. So the way this is unfolding could be very exciting and inspiring for you. And we did have the King of Wands on the bottom there for the tarot, and he's looking to the past in order to restore his creative reserves. At least that's what I'm picking up on in this situation. Yeah. Okay. I feel that that's pretty much the entire message, so I'm going to stop it here. Yeah, hopefully you found some value in this. Thank you for being here with me. Take care of yourselves. Keep your heart open. Bye.